Hello everyone, I'm theloladass, and I'll be here the demo of Solace State for PC. So this game is developed by Vivid Foundry Games, and it's supposed to and published by them at the same time. And the game is supposed to come out this year. They put the what it is on Steam page is mobilizing 2022. It's like it can be any time that they want, basically. Yeah, as you can see, this is a demo and it's not indicative of the final polished quality and assets of the game. Thanks for checking this out. You can go on their Twitter, Discord, and if you like the demo, if you play, of course, you can always wishlist. The game looks interesting for what I saw on the video that they have on Steam page, but it can be at the same time a little confusing of what it is. But let us start. And again, there is no options, which sucks. I really hope that on the full game there is options for the player to, lower some settings here and there. Let's wait over here while it loads. I think the game was Unity engine, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I can be mistaken, it can be other engine, but I think it's Unity. How to play works with just mouse, but if you want to also Xbox control, you have these ones to pick. What happened in the prologue? Chloe Lee recalls her harsh childhood in an autocratic place with secret police. She and Rebecca, her mentor best friend, made use of Chloe's latent powers as an icono hacker to escape their home in the outskirts of Leonora's capital. Now 22 years old, working for a media company called Topologist, Chloe travels to Abraxa City. Upon arrival, she checks in with her senior colleague Hakim, previously an Abraxan local. Chloe has been tasked with writing about the military lockdown in the Circon Hill district and the civil unrest in Abraxa. But beyond this assignment, Chloe is seeking Rebecca, who has gone missing amid the chaos. Onwards to the demo! By the way, I want to see... yeah, there's volume. It's too loud. We have this, that is to see the characters. So, Chloe Lee, pronoun she, her, 22, junior security data analyst. Hello user, it's me, greatest econo hacker ever lived. I can mess with people's sounds. Tara Tam, he him, 20, public housing administrative assistant, Abraxan local, and an econo hacker. Kinda cute, he's younger than me. Hakim vouch for him. Then we have this stuff that can have history log. But that doesn't never disappear. The moment that Chloe makes eye contact with Torrent, she feels ripples of electricity unlike any other. Like a unique time signature that's it her to when writing in musical notation. Her eyes skim over him from head to toe, scanning for cybernetic implants and biochips, seeing none. He's an econo hacker just like her, and then you can click to see what it is. Intuitive hacker, someone who doesn't need cybernetics to be able to plug into the digital world to manipulate, aren't supposed to exist, chest hands. A vision of something that she cannot name bubbles inside her, and she wonders what is specialized in to affect physical and digital world at no electric level with but a thought. Chloe, right? Yeah, Torrent, that's me. Let's get you set up with an apartment. Torrent seems so quiet to Chloe at first, all pursed lips and navy hair hiding his eyes. Chloe can't sense his ID. His icono hacking makes his digital ID slide from her perception like oil on water. But probing deeper, Chloe can feel the fluidity of his neuron-coated stance just underneath his skin. Her face warms. Is that a trickle of sweat coursing down Torrent's jawline? Sweat seems charmingly human for someone so radiant with labyrinthine codec power that his skin appears chrome to Chloe's icono-hacking sense. That was a hard word to read. He catches her staring and they both flick their gaze away. He's bringing up the proper protocols and forms to set Chloe up with a humble rental apartment with the seasoned fluidity of a local. Chloe's mind topsy-turvy to whether Rebecca's lived in a space like this one. If she's ever had a hard time falling asleep at night and worry gnaws at her. Do you ever feel like you are the last person in the world? Pardon? Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Never mind. No, I want to know. You just sound so different from everyone else. I barely said anything. I meant you're hacking. I never met another Econo hacker before. You sound like a chorus of voices overlapping each other, but somehow not discordant. It's comforting. You sound like something poetic. I never met another Icono hacker either. I'm gonna say this. I never met someone like you before, or someone like me. Yeah, it's hard to put into words. Like a different energy flow, right? Like, all I know is light pollution, but now I can see the stars. That's very poetic. Your iconic hacking focus is on displacement, illusion of teleportation, I'm guessing. Moving data around faster than anyone else. Did I get it? Ah yes, you do something with BIOS? Yeah, reading all the data on a person plus fake IDs and all that jazz. Being all the instruments in the orchestra, really. Getting to know me so well already. I suspect that a displacement hacker could move so fast. Ha, so, department leasing contract. I'll need your personal information here, please. Can't just search me up via hacking? Doesn't seem polite on the first meeting. Cute. My name's Chloe Lee. I'm 22, born on January 18, 2007. I work with topologists, as you know. It's my first job out of university. Here's 2 months of paychecks. I've already sent in my credit score via my company, but I want to know more about being in your company. Huh? What about you? Tell me about you. I'm not the one filling out the form. Just wanted to know more about my partner in crime moving forward. I mean, you're going to be telling me things about Abraxa like Akim said, right? Akim's my senior at Topologist. He has lived in Abraxa for some time, but travels the world for news reports and conferences. He's a fun, family-oriented guy. Oh, right. Torrent is my name. Is my chosen name. I'm 20. I've been in Abraxa all my life. That's about it. That can't be all. Well, Akim likes saying that I can help people find others. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'll do my best. How do you know each other? Why does he say you are good at finding others? How do you know each other? How do you and Akim know each other? Topologist wants better secure communication between their journalist and their source. Akim was one of the people in design and quality control, and well, he's become a mentor figure to me. Which part did you build, if it's not under a non-disclosure or something? I helped build the encryption infrastructure and moving package, while learning how to control my Icono hacking. But they didn't keep you on board as an engineer? I was still in high school at the time. I'm not good enough to be like kicking it with their real actual engineers. Oh, I wasn't at you. I wish they kept the full-time position open for you when you graduated. I'm sure you will do well there to earn the title real engineer. I do alright. There are folks living with much less. But I'm glad that I helped out. The press is doing important work to make sure that important stories are revealed, and they need their data privacy to be safe. Good. We are pretty much on the same page in terms of worldviews. So, who do you want to find? Sephora and her match Rebecca, a good source for my story. My best friend Rebecca went missing with Sephora. My best friend Rebecca missing since the Zircon Hill lockdown. She's now working as Sephora manager. They are both unaccounted for at this moment. Oh, they're a cute couple. Whoa, okay. Not focused on their respective talents, but because they are dating each other. Sephora's got so many films under her belt, both on the production side and as an actor. I'm sorry? Ha, sorry. I'm being randomly defensive about, well, what people say and just everything out there, you know? Not your fault. My nerves are just shot from this situation, and I want to find them safe. It's alright, hey. I get it. You just got off a long flight and you haven't even unpacked it yet. And for some reason I can sense that you are tired, real tired. I'm not usually this good at reading people. Maybe it's the kind of hacking connection? Maybe so. Thanks for trusting me by mentioning that it's your best friend out there. I really hope we can find them both. Don't make it weird and thank me. I'm really not trying to make you feel weirded out or anything. Oh my god, this guy is so soft. I do want to plan with you on this though. It will help me get better night's rest just knowing what we're gonna do next. Okay, sounds like we should plan for how we might do this. Not to mention, we have a lot of untested variables here. How will our abilities sync up with each other? Or let's start with what our known limitations are. Tell me a time when you lived close to the edge. Chloe, how are you so open about this? I mean, econo hackers are either treated as an urban myth or entrapped into a test tube lab. Not saying I don't appreciate you being like this, but it's just taking me a bit, sorry, habits and yeah. I'm not open about this to just anyone. I trust that Kim's watching for you. I don't think it's coincidence that he put the two of us together, and I also really want to find Rebecca. Ah, okay. And you are a bit like an open book, even without my econo hacking getting that on you. Basically, when it's like this, it's her thinking to herself, not talking to Torrent. When it's this, she's talking to Torrent. But if you are shy, I can start. My ability to read that on a person works by intuiting what their top of mind thoughts are and extracting such associated digital media. Well, there's this one time when I tried to project a fake ID over myself, I know, and one other person and tried to impact data. Got caught trying to prevent a lot of non-profit money from getting sent right into the pockets of a vicious dev squad. Turns out I can do no more than two things at once. Maintaining two fake IDs or maintaining one fake ID and scoping out someone BIOS and Intel. Jeez, okay. I'm glad you're alright, since you are here now. Yeah, but I don't have a story to top that one. I tried to get my older brother out of a sticky situation with neck zeros. Oh shit. My displacement works like an illusion. For myself, it works all the time. For other people, I need to have eye line sight of them every few seconds for it to work. I can be somewhere other than where I appear to be to everyone. But unfortunately, when I encode the displacement on other people, including my brother, only about 15 odd folks perceive them at the fake locations. Then what happened? We'll save the rest of that story for another time. You tease. I'm not trying to. So, can't you use your powers for chaos and steal priceless artifacts from colonizing museums during the opening hours, huh? Nah. And you can just hide all of the innocent people under lockdown and bundle them out? No. I got a max 3 people I'm bundling with my displacement technique. So I do already with hacking vehicles and getting us to the right place. Why do I get the feeling that you are being humble right now? And you are the kind of person they will write rap songs about your drifting skills. That's not true. I haven't helped anyone out of the lockdown yet. Cause alone, I don't think I can safely get in and out with someone else at all. We still need some way of getting past that haze. What's the range on your abilities? About 25 meters to be on the safe side. Can go through barriers. Can you build fake IDs from owners data extracted from cars? Let's test this out. Torrent, despite its shyness, is a careful and meticulous planner. They continue to strategize as the early evening eddies around them, planning like this with someone who knows and cares about the nooks and crannies of the neighborhood that they are breaking to bring her into a focused state unlike any other. Also, there is a pleasant honesty about Torrent, and Chloe feels perceived by him. By the way, do we have something else over here? Okay. An econo hacker. Wait a sec, does Akim know that you have vested interest in covering this story? Be a bit honest and tease Akim, the flatbed teasing no, be a bit honest. I try not to overload his noggin, you know. The senior reporter's got a lot on his mind. He doesn't need to worry about me. Oh, are you mad at me? Please don't be mad. We got to work at pre-desk tomorrow. Chloe is not used to not being able to just know someone's adrenaline levels and general health. Without conscious thought, she reached out to touch Torrent's pulse on his wrist. His eyes widen. Torrent's displacement ability comes down hard on her encoding. She mentally twists away. Trying to succeed at reading Torrent with her bioscan is like trying to separate oil from water with her bare hands. Hey! Alright, I was just doing one last test on what syncs up between you and me. You can somehow get some vague impressions of my feelings via our econo hacking link, but meanwhile, and unfairly, I can't use my usual tricks to figure out how you really feel via BIOS. Our human biology wrote down in metrics. I I personally specialize in reading adrenaline and the amygdala, as well as basic things like heart rate. All the world's electric and neuroelectricity is something I can sense. You're not shutting me out on purpose, aren't you? Not consciously. Anyways, you don't know how I feel. Sorry, that's valid. I'll stop teasing you. Please, save your energy. I don't want either of us eating cold rot. What happens when econo hackers push themselves too hard and end up causing psychological damage to themselves? What damages the brain can shut down the body? It's not pretty. Depending on severity, it can be lasting repercussions. Oh shit. I mean, Akim tells me to try to be as light with my econo hacking as I can, so that I don't disrupt people and things that I don't have to. He's never been ballsy enough to tell me to do that to my face. I've only really started coming to my econo hacking a few years ago. That's respectable. So you are like the eco-tourist of the econo hacking world, huh? This econo hacking world is population chew as far as I've personally experienced. Okay, admittedly this day. Few people will need to wake up at pre-dusk tomorrow morning. Alright, I can take the hint. We got our plan. Gonna wish you good night then. As he leaves the building, Chloe can't help but notice that the flurry of his movements via his econo hacking obscures the sound of his heartbeats like sheets of wind. Chloe knows better than to be restless the night before a stealth attempt. Nonetheless, it's almost too thrilling and strange to fall asleep. Was it supposed to have 2 times nonetheless? Because it was nonetheless. Was it supposed to have? When Chloe and Torret are still miles away from Zircon Hill, the whole district looks like it's under a dome of frozen smoke, the physical manifestation of the ace. Oh, probably I should have clicked, damn it. Nevertheless, the 2 econo hackers refuse to let the clouds of censorship set the pall over their parley. Fuck, I could have pressed it in there. Chloe learns that Torrent has lived in Abraxa all his life, with his neutral circuits instinctively encoding the fabric of Abraxa streets to long-term memory. It's more than just photographic memory, but an experiential recall of the place he's been. By the way, do I have over here? There we go. Bayoush, Kodrod, Haze, an electromagnetic interference that can shut down hubs of fiber nets. Looks like a block of synthetic fog. The tutoring center that he had a part-time cleaning job during his teen years, whilst watching his richer classmates get premium education. The aunties downstairs who taught him how to make dim sum on the weekends. Chloe envies him, as she doesn't have a place where all roles feel like second skin. The closest she's been is her days on the Artian University, comprised of a few privately owned universities around the world. The first campus was founded in Abraxa by the Aldrich family in Aksa neighborhood. The one I attended in Versiva is more sprawling compared to the one in Abraxa. No! I think I'm gonna start this reading this and then I click on those ones. Okay, that one. Before the boarding Zircon Hill and Chloe efficiently passed fake IDs over Torrent and herself, the majority of streets going into Zircon Hill have a mix of concrete roadblocks and military checkpoints armored 24 hours a day. With Torrent's patient understanding of the region, they breach a weak point in next year's border security by weaving through the building and catching their breaths in a alleyway. Okay, so this is a instant message, economic content. Well, our initial hypothesis stand despite not being able to sandbox it. The ACE is blocking everyone but those with high clearance next year IDs from connecting to the fiber net. High-speed digital communication via electromagnetic waves that can penetrate deep into the earth, into the ocean and in the sky. There are many private self-contained networks on the fiber net. Our random fake IDs don't really get us very far in all this, except to give us a mesh of anonymity. Well, the silver line is that your fake ID abilities still work, which should follow that most of my abilities will work normally. So next step is to get real next IDs as covertly as possible without causing any dangerous incidents. Here's where you scan down the car stations, yeah? Shouldn't be that hard. Next year, higher ups tend to have sharp looking cars, which is kinda out of place of what most of Zircon Hills residents can afford. So yeah, targeting the cars should help us avoid crossing paths with real next year to get a set of networkable IDs. Brilliant, just like what we tested. Lead the way. There we go. 128 Veltenza Tesseract down 3 blocks. Whoa, look at this car, Jesus. A packet day schedule, what else is this? A packet day session Tasman when as a rigorous orderly schedule that may mean that he's well trusted at this station. At 7 AM he goes to the military training center and at 9 AM he checks into the work canteen. By 10 AM he's checking equipment logistics and sending reports to his supervisors. By afternoon he's in Zircon Hill with his riot and crowd control in rotating squads marching to and all in different parts of the neighborhood. At 7 PM he goes home to a wife and daughter on Axial Main Street in one of the grey glass skyrise. Miss you seen when he starts a full registrant of this car insurance. Loitering. Chloe's thoughts. I should start off by telling Torrent about militia dispatch to Haven Court Communication Center. It's the most recent entry, and communication centers are likely places where lots of people can gather, so there's bound to be some good intel. Torrent will know if it's worth putting on our itinerary. So you can read more than this. Seems like there's a dispatch sent to locate those next to come to Haven Court Community Center for violation of curfew. That's garbage. Hold on, you said Haven Court? Yeah, what? You told me while we were planning yesterday that one of the last people Rebecca messaged was Swelly. Swelly is one of the best known community program managers at Haven Court. It's literally her home turf. If we found nothing suspicious on the next comms, I was about to bring us there. Unfortunately. Yeah, we need to get there ASAP. Okay, take both. Here, this Sergeant Aspen Wen has good next-year network access with his crowd control specialty. I should probably take on that idea. I know how these guys talk, what their weaknesses are. I figure military industrial complex and egos are the same everywhere. Well, next year used to be heralded as heroes that protected the city. And some people still have a lot of deep trust with the corporation. They own a lot of infrastructure that folks rely on. Guess it's never uncomplicated, huh? Yeah, fine. I'll grab his wife's ID for myself. She's also next year, so not completely locked out from the network. It works out swiftly. As Chloe applies their fake IDs with nary a blink of her eyes, Torrent's locational tracking makes sure that the real ones are nowhere near. It's a little bit hard to read when it's like this position of the words. Capable of isolating packets of data and making sure that the people do not cross paths, his specializations work together with words like halves of a whole. We got to go. As they reach the community center, Chloe can feel Torrent's sag as they take in the chaos unfolding before them. Sueli stands in the middle of a cluster of a half-dozen militiamen, hemming her in and prodding at her. I was gonna say, how the hell could I read that? She holds her ground as much as she can, her voice low and gesturing for calm. But it's clear that the knot of locals around them is taut with distress. A breaking point is coming. Swally's body falls into the ground to the sickening sound of a rifle hitting flesh and bone. A collective inhale of anger radiates outward, before turbulent shouts overlap into jagged noise. Torrent looks away. Oh shit! My brother is lurking over there. Probably this guy. What? Torrent, pay attention. Swelly's... Why does he have to be here? He's probably gonna lash out at Nexi for symbolic reasons, or not be able to keep his temper. Ah! I called Torrent out for not mentioning his brother. No, ask Torrent to stay focused. Hey, stay focused. I can keep an eye on him. You just keep in character out there. You are wearing the skin of a superior officer. Shame the Nexi goons into submission or appeal to their sense of humanity. Just make sure they leave and leave Swelly alone. Right, okay, appreciate it. I'm dropping my miss when I need to do other kinds of economic hacking to support you. We'll get Swelly out of there. Torrent heaves a shaky breath. Chloe watched with goosebumps as Torrent eased himself into the crowd like an oil spill on concrete, barely taking up attention until he's in their midst. Chloe sees Torrent sharpen his gaze to try play his part, but only a slim majority of the next soldiers part ways to salute him. Chloe Stevens. "Ma'am, that soldier's aggression was unwarranted. Let me help you up." "Soldier, you got some explaining to do. We aren't going to move ahead in this region by beating people to the ground. You think vermin like her will listen to orders? These bastards keep trying to stir up trouble. We gotta put them in their place." Sueli, aided by Turant, rises cautiously to her feet. The other soldiers are still hovering around her and not letting her leave, so she's hanging herself between them and the community center's front door. She must have a will of steel about her. Torrent's eyes flickered to Sueli first, then the soldier brandishing his drive at Sueli, and Chloe sensed that Torrent generated an invisible wave function triangulating between the three. Considering Torrent's personality, Chloe presumes the Econoac has shifted the soldier's perception of Sueli's location between one blink and the next, to keep the community leader offset from the line of fire. Chloe acknowledged how fraught the situation is. Torrent cannot cast its displacement attack on all unarmed citizens in such a large crowd, and so there are so many innocent lives at risk if a fight should break out. This will be a detente if I don't do something. If Torrent's going to get rid of these guys, I'll have to hack the lead gun and send him info that he can work with. Hack Finn. Finn used to live here. Finn has found posts about how Silicon Hill is a vermin breeding ground, but he and his single mother had lived here for years. He must have some sort of inferiority complex about coming from a low-income neighborhood and wants to step all over people's that is moved up on it with next hit. Okay, you can move like you need to hold left mouse button and go up and down. On workplace violence. Due to previous behavioral issues in the workplace that included violence against a colleague, court records show that Finn paid a significant settlement and was fired. Nonetheless, he still had a record and couldn't find a new job. In a separate hiring letter, Nexi made him sign an agreement to subsistence wage for 16 months in order to avoid a prison term. With the terms of this hiring, Finn was not provided with health care benefits. Finn doesn't make enough money to pay for physio for a painful recall in his past once shattered kneecap in his right leg. As for the more expensive option, there is no way Nexi doesn't have more advanced treatments that could cure it within a week. Guess Finn doesn't warrant top shelf care. Your medical records show you have only received basic care for your leg. What about it? If you get your act together here, I'm sure I can put in a good word. You don't have physical disability coverage at your job? What happens if it worsens? Finn has a haunted expression as his weakness being exposed to all and sundry. Watch it, you bitch. I'm not the enemy here. The system that prevents anyone from getting back to proper health is. Even the folks gathered around are taken aback by how outrageously uncaring and competitive Nexi sound. Swell looks dismayed and frustrated. Finn held her gaze for a second there. Swell, although shaken, clearly wants to remain in the conversation to protect her community. Message to his mother. Finn couldn't afford to go to university. The message suggests he wants to make more money to take care of his ailing mother, but there isn't much money going around. His mother ended up in his aunt's home, but the aunt treats both her own sister and him like second-class citizens, constantly insulting them. She also traps Finn into getting her next in pain blockers. Phil loves her. Appeal to social issues. Look, I know it's rough living in the city. It's expensive. You need to help your mom, pay the bills, so you are in this job. Everyone's just trying to make ends meet. Bullshit. You make 20 times more than I do. You have no idea what it's like. No, we don't know exactly, but these are common experiences in this community. We all need access to healthcare. We all want to take care of our own. It hasn't been fair for the lot of us. So don't take it out on people who could be your allies. Oops, I may have gone too far there. Wasn't minding who I'm pretending to be. Should be alright. Look, everyone looks like they are at least thinking about what both you and Swelly said. Swell seems poised and composed, and the improving situation has calming effect on the crowd. What did he say over here? Finn has from posting about how Silicon Hill is a vermin breeding ground, but he and his team had lived here for years. He must have some sort of inferior complex about coming from a low. Hypocrisy. You are from this neighborhood. Now you are here making trouble, overcompensating for something? Who the fuck do you think you are? Admit it, you are taxing it out on the people of Silicon Hill because you think you are better than them now that you are in next year. Does the rest of the crew here know that you still haven't amounted to much? Shut up. Finn, you are a man who's been here most of your life, and now you have such an inferiority complex that you are bullying people online about it? Sure seems like the people are furious with him, but even the other soldiers are smirking at him now. I don't think that was the best. It's sublime how folks rose around Swelly now, buoyed by her fearlessness and forgiveness. The militia shuffle uncomfortably, giving way to Swelly's gravity as she is embraced by her people. Enough of this. No higher-ups are going to be happy with your behavior, Finn. What you are all doing here, is a waste of Nexus resource. Oh shit. You must be seeing that the approval sir request to put you on paid suspension. This is just a slap on the wrist, you'll see. We'll let internal supervisory decide. The rest of you, escort Finn back home. If you deviate, of course, I'll know. Worried about having their complicity exposed, the rest of the men rush to follow Torrent's orders. In the flurry, Chloe notes an encroaching shadow. She has to quickly decide whether to burden Torrent with yet another emergency. Okay, Torrent's brother. A concealed syringe. No time to try to get more data. Torrent's brother has a syringe gripped in his hand like a weapon, filled with gods know what. His adrenaline has spiked and he's fast approached the knot of soldiers with Torrent in the middle. Should I warn Torrent and tell him to do something? Or just make Waylon briefly forget what he wants to do? Oh, is this my thoughts? Tell Torrent. Watch out, your brother's got a concealed syringe 5 meters behind you at 5 o'clock. I don't know what he intends, but he's suddenly just shot up. Crap! He's moving towards you. I'll take care of it. Still wearing Wen's frown, Torrent peels himself away from the action, waving seamlessly into the crowds. Only Swelly's eyes tighten as he moves past her, but soon enough a local drew her away into conversation. Torrent himself doesn't seem to be paying attention to Waylon's whereabouts, but Chloe knows better from the swell of Torrent's quantum wave functions that's targeting Waylon. Chloe clicks in that she's witnessed Torrent shift his brother's spatial orientation to environment around him. Waylon trips over her, his expression of anger twisting first to confusion, then something Chloe can't read. A moment later, his hands grasp at nothing in his pocket. A bead of sweat trickles down Torrent's jawline. It's hardly as effortless as he makes it look. My god, how soon can you get out of that volatile situation? Please. Calming. Oh god, my heart won't stop pounding. You'll help me with that, won't you? Of course I will. Okay? You'll better not get cold rot on me after all that. Me? I'm alright. Thanks for caring though. You should have asked me to handle it, dude. Maybe next time we should roleplay the militia. I feel so gross. What am I saying? I hope neither of us have to do this ever again. Let's loop back around and be ourselves again. Rendezvous in the next alleyway, over. When they meet each other again in their own skin, they take a moment to breathe through what happened. Chloe gives Torrent plenty of space, knowing that the younger man has had to do the majority of the heavy lifting in that operation. Alright, that was a lot. I just want to check in with you. How do you feel? That was... I don't know, but I hope I never have to do that again. Want me to calm you down your adrenaline a bit? Oh yeah. Right, we did talk about that, didn't we? Yes, please. If that's still okay with you. How do you get so shy over this all of a sudden? Of course, it's okay. After all we have been through. I just want to know, how do you calm down from all this and be yourself again? I just feel like there's something so uncertain about playing at being someone else, and then being yourself again. Yeah, it's challenging to not dissociate. Oh my god. Breathe with me, focus on your 5 stance, and how you uniquely feel things. Name 5 things you see, then 4 things you hear, 3 things you touch. And that unsettled gut feeling, it's real. And I don't think it's just because you took on a fake ID of someone whose role is one that you are diametrically opposed to. It can take a while to feel like yourself again when you are playing a fake ID under stress. Yeah, you get me. Well, I'm not a good actor either, so I felt like my stomach was flipping inside out when I'm practically pitching a softer version of Nexir. Like, what if I'm playing the good cop of Nexir? There's so many bad, horrible things that they have done. Did the words I say justify them? Yeah, that's tough. Well, for what's worth, Zircon Hill seems pretty against Nexir as a conglomerate. That one good cop isn't gonna change things. I think over here needs to be an O, not U. Yeah, you're right. You're getting the local politics already. Just repeating what you have taught me. A lot of people have been holding their breaths, and while we are clear they had dishonest, the bigger issues haven't been solved. Yeah, so let's take it one step at a time. You'll feel better once you see Swelly again. I think. Let's go inside, yeah? Okay. Okay, so it ends over here. While that we're gonna talk to Swelly, it ends. But it looks interesting, the game. Like, the art style is different from other visual novel games, like because like it's like, how you say, like 2D and 3D. You know, it rotates is what it looks, what it happens, and then you have those things like it's not in message because it's like wave function that they are talking, but then you can hack into people and see what they did, and then with that you can make you can like talk to them with those things that you read on that person. But seems interesting. Of course, I don't know if the what you choose right on those plays, if they have any effect on the story. I think it says that the choice that you do will affect the story. I think they have, but I don't know if there's multiple endings or not, because normally they say, okay, the choice that you have, it will change the story. It can be like a person being angry with you, or a person dying, but it never changed the ending, right? It could be like there's consequence, you know, like person dies or gets angry, you know, things like that, but the ending is always the same. It doesn't change the ending. I wonder if there's different endings, then the choice that you do, what you choose to say to that character and that stuff, will always affect the ending. If it's only to affect what that character thinks of you and stuff like that, it's like, it's okay, like, okay, only one ending, but then that character can change always how it feels about you. It's like, okay, it's like that game, like the Walking Dead from Telltale, that the ending is always the same, but the choice that you do throughout the game have consequence, like people dying or people not liking you, you know, things like that. It could be like that. But the game, what's the point is that the game looks interesting. Unfortunately, it doesn't have like a date on when to come out. It only says mobilized in 2022. That means like it can be any month of the year. So yeah, but if you like visual novels and you like, you know, like this hacking stuff, things like that, you can check out the demo. It's already available. And if you play, and you like it, don't forget to wishlist the game on your Steam wishlist. Like that, you get to know when the game comes out. Once it comes out. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy here, and see you guys next time. Bye.